What's up guys, welcome to Bro Beats, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Roddy Ricch type beat. So let's just get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull in like a scale or something, and let's just choose a random one. Let's just use the D minor. All right, so now we have our scale in, and I'm gonna just show you the sounds that I'm using right now. And I typically go for like an art beat type of sound when making these type of beats, just because when you like add effects, it will give it a more modern sound, and I kind of like that. So this is the preset I'm using for this. All right, and then here's the other preset, and then I pretty much have the rest of these sounds as like fillers, counter melodies. All right, and then here's the piano that I'm using, and then I have a synth bass as well, just to add some low point to the beat, because I don't really like using the 808 throughout the entire beat. So I always load up a synth bass, but we'll see what we could do with that, and then just some drums. Simple as that. So let's start making a melody, and obviously this is an ARP, so you want to make some chords. So to make a chord, basically want to skip every other note, and it's just easier to see with these scales here. Let me shrink this down a bit so you can see, just skip every other note. So one here, one here, one here. So let's play that. That's decent. So from here we can spice this up, because this is kind of generic, you know. Most people do this, right? And they probably just, you know, come down or something, right? So let's spice it up. So let's take this F and let's just pull it up an octave. I'm pressing Control up. Okay, and then we can take this this root note, the D, and then pull it up an octave. Let's see what that sounds like, and then we can shrink this a bit. A little bit more interesting, right? So we could do that with the other ones. So with these chords, I kind of want to make it an uplifting type of song and then bring it down. So I'm gonna go up something like this and then go down like that, right? And that's going to give you that Roddy Ricch type of sound. All right, as long as you're using the same, like a good sound to start off with. So let's do the same thing. Let's try to find another root note. Okay, same thing with this. Skip every other note. And then let's pull the A up, Control up, and let's take the root note, pull it right here. Let's see what that sounds like as well, and we can humanize it. We actually do that right now. Don't really need to. Actually, we could just leave it how it is. So let's play this. And I'm gonna add like a bounce point right here. Kind of repeats there. So now let's go down, and that A was sounded pretty good, or the A sharp, I believe. So let's zoom back in. So we went. So I'm gonna just keep it on the A, because if you go up to the C, it's giving it that kind of gunna type of sound, and I don't want that. So let's pull this out and let's do the same thing pretty much. Well, actually, no. We can leave this as kind of like the bass note, but let's come up here and let's use the original chord here. And this is just giving you some ideas of what you can do. Stretch this out. And then let's just pull this F back down. Or this A, my bad. Okay. And then we can use this A as like the bass note. And this should make it sound a little bit different. And then at the end here, we can try some notes at the end just to give it a little bit of flavor to it. So let's just try this F here. And then the C, because the C sounded good, but that's not the sound I was looking for, right? So let's try that. That's pretty much my logic when making this, you know, type of sound. So let me shrink this, and this should sound pretty good. So let's listen to the whole thing. And that sounds pretty good. I really like that. So that's the sound that I'm going for. You can do the similar type of thing here. All right. So pretty much now all we got to do is just copy this melody. But first, I'm going to add some effects to this to modernize it, give it that, you know, modern sound. Now, the first thing that I want to add automatically is some halftime. Now you can use gross beat, but I just use halftime just because it's just a little easier to use for me. So let's put that on there and let's listen to it, and we might be able to change it from 1 bar to half, you know. So I really like that sound, so I'm gonna keep that. So one other thing I'm gonna add that I've been using lately is Looperator. If I could find it. Okay. So let's get that loaded up. If it loads. All right, so I have some presets here, and I'm gonna use Melody Sweetener, and it's just gonna add some different type of effects to it. If you can look at that if you want to, I really don't care. So yeah, so let's listen to this, and this will probably, I would just use this as kind of like to switch the melody up a bit. So let's listen to it. Okay, sounds pretty good. So let's copy this halftime over here, and this will just be the other melodies. So we can just copy this now, and this is going to be pretty easy from here. Let's copy this, and then this would be our like counter melody. You can just hear what these sound like together, or I could just play them by themselves. And then we can play this one. All right, you can see that preset takes up a lot of CPU. So let's pull this in and play this, and then let's do our counter melody now. And then from there, it's gonna be pretty easy. Just, you know, really pretty much just use this melody as a guideline and just put your bass in and everything. Let's do this. Let me zoom in. It might be too small for you to see. And I'm just gonna click around, use the same notes. I know that C, the A sharp, and the D and the F were pretty nice notes to use. So I might start on the C. We'll see. So let's just mute this. I just want the main melody. And I'm gonna just add some flams in there, kind of give it like a piano feel when it's not, there isn't really a piano in here. So I'm liking the melody so far. Let's pull this. Let's see. Okay, I'm feeling something right here. Let's try to go up more. And one other thing to note, just when making melodies in general, it's okay to kind of use the same notes. Sometimes people try to do too much and they kind of using all different type of notes, but it's okay to like repeat notes like this. All right, just a tip there. So now let's finish this. Kind of. You can see I'm using the same notes, so I'm not just saying that, I'm actually doing it as well. So let's go back here. All right, I really like this melody. Let's listen to it full thing. Okay, so we got that. So now let's do the bass. So we can start on our root note. Let's turn it up a bit right here. All right, so let's mute this, copy this to our 808, and then let's like put the cuts in there for the 808. So let me zoom in. I want this to be too small to see. Let's see if I can make this a little bit larger. Okay, so add some 808 cuts in there. So maybe one right here. Okay, and then one here, there. And then on this side, we can add a little bit more. Just give it some more bounce. Try to add some flavor to it. Let's see. Okay, I like that. So let's move on. Let's put this kick in, and from here is just adding whatever you know you like, whatever type of drum style that you want. I'm just keep it simple. Let's add this part. Just add these in. Let's add that clap in. Obviously you want to put the clap in. Let's copy it over, and we can add another note somewhere, maybe one here or whatever. Okay, moving on. So let's go to the snare. Let's click in here. Actually, might want to put this on the regular mode. Now the snare, I'm thinking I'm gonna do something I've been doing lately. It's kind of like fading it out. Let's turn this down a bit. So it'll be something like this. All right, hopefully you can see this. All right, so let's do that. Let's just listen to where we want to put it. And I'm hearing something right here. And also it's important to like listen to some people, they kind of just play stuff off of like memory, but I think it's important to like feel it, to feel where you want to put it. So like if you're making a beat on your desk, kind of like that, just kind of feel where you want to put the drums. So continue, probably put something right here. And I like doing this, it just gives it a nice like feel to it, and I like doing this kind of pattern. See, I really like that sound. So yeah, it's something else you can do with your snares. So let's copy this and use it there. All right. So that's good. Got our snare. Let's do the rim. And same thing with the rim. I treat the rim as just like a snare, but for this one, I'm gonna just treat it as like the in-betweens for like the bounce areas. So like, where would they be? Like right here. Okay. So let's do that. Okay, so let's keep going on. Let's just affect this effect part, and we just come in here and just kind of place it wherever we see fit. And we're only gonna do one part, and we just copy it over because I don't want to do too much. That's good enough. Simple as that. So now the hi-hats. Now with the hi-hats, we don't have to do too much. Just, you know, just put something there. I don't think I want to put in like hi-hat rolls or anything because I want the beat to be simple and easy to kind of make a melody and rap on. And when you add like too much of all these hi-hats, it's getting too much. So let's just add a simple melody. I mean, not a melody, a pattern. I think that's good enough. So that's pretty much the beat. I'm gonna play it and put it out. Never mind, it's just not playing. Now here we go. right, so that's how you make a Roddy Ricch type beat. Hopefully this video helped you out. It was a little longer than usual, but that's okay. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, especially if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.